Hustle culture is something that you've probably heard about. At some point, you've probably seen one of the 12 billion generic entrepreneur Andy Tater Tots clones posting a picture of their Lambo in Dubai, or you've seen them on one of the seemingly endless identical podcasts giving some quote about how success comes from hard work and perseverance, and by hard work and perseverance, of course, they mean selling a dropshipping course. And like so many things on the internet, this has a real appeal to young kids, specifically young boys from as young as their early teens, maybe even younger, all the way up to actual adults who are into this stuff. And unsurprisingly, these kids want to be like these influencers that they see. Now, obviously, these kids don't have millions of dollars from selling overpriced courses to their gullible audience, so they can't exactly make content showing off their lavish life living in every scumbag's favorite tax haven, so instead, they document their journey to getting there.
It's currently 5 AM. I've been up all night working on my new businesses. In a few months from now, I'm going to be moving to Dubai. I'm going to be living my life, follow for the journey.
When he says he's working on his businesses, I assume he probably means trading with villagers in Minecraft. But you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be too quick to judge. Maybe I should listen to what these young entrepreneurs have to say. I should at least give them a shot, right? I should try to learn from them, and if I do, maybe I can finally quit making these stupid commentary videos and do what I was really meant for, being an influencer entrepreneur. Now, we have to start with the question, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? Surely it isn't easy, right? Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. So, what's it gonna take? What do I have to sacrifice for success?
I've been able to make so much more progress in such a short period of time, all because I made a few hard decisions that you're not willing to make.
Alright dude, tell me what I need to know. I'm ready.
The first decision you're gonna have to make is to start saying no. Say no to drugs, parties. Say no to the people and things that are going to waste your energy with. Without energy, you're not going to be able to do anything at all.
Seriously? No drugs? I mean, I've seen Wolf of Wall Street and Matthew McConaughey seems pretty clear on that.
Second key to success in this racket is this little baby right here. It's called cocaine. Right.
Secondly, you have to make that decision to stop doing what everyone else is doing. Be that 1%. While they're sleeping, you're working. While they're partying, you're working. This may feel unnatural. Well, I'm not surprised because no one else is doing it, but that is exactly why you need to be doing it.
Alright, so sleeping and partying is off the table, although I am getting mixed messages here because I don't know how I'm supposed to not sleep without using drugs.
Tight, yeah!
But however I'm supposed to do that, it does seem to be important because these young entrepreneurs keep harping on the no sleep, no parties thing.
It's 3 AM right now and all my friends are drunk and partying while I'm doing my agency work.
Okay, so it's 3 AM and he's hard at work while his friends are out getting faded off apple juice and rolled wafers. So clearly, if I want to be a successful entrepreneur, I really cannot get around the fact that sleeping and partying is completely off the table. Just forget about it. But it's harder than it looks because even Mr. Mosey Aesthetic here still sometimes has trouble being productive.
I fucked up again. The reason I fucked up is I haven't doing anything, because I was spending a lot of time with my family friends and I couldn't do stuff. So that's why I need a new intro and take it more serious and authentic.
Alright, so spending time with family is also off the table. This is actually something that stops a lot of people from becoming successful. They think, oh, I could probably miss a few hours of the grind to go to my grandmother's funeral. Excuse me? If all it's gonna take to get you off the grind is a little old dead relative, I just don't think you have what it takes, pal. Now, to be a little bit more serious, this is something that you'll see more of throughout the video. The fact that these kids have been told that if they're not working constantly on becoming rich, that they're failing. The idea that success is measured by just how much money you have is ridiculous, in my opinion. That's not true for adults, and it most certainly isn't true for children. Sure, being rich has its upsides, definitely, but not everyone can be rich. That's simply not possible.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
And telling people people that you need to be rich to be fulfilled in life is a terrible message to put out there, especially to young kids. So Mosey or anyone else like him who might be watching this, don't worry about trying to be super consistent with your routines or posting on Instagram. You're a kid. There will be plenty of time to stress about work when you're older. Just enjoy being a kid while it lasts, is what I would say if I was a beta cuck bitch, which I am not. I'm a red-pilled Sigma entrepreneur, always hustling, always on the grind. Now, we've already figured out that in order to make it as an entrepreneur, you can't party or sleep or have friends and family. That's all well and good, but how do I actually make money? Well, there are a few different ways you can make money as a young entrepreneur. The first example I want to use is this kid called Maddox Makes Money. I mean, who better to look at? He literally has Makes Money in his name.
I make $4K a month at 14 years old, and here's how you can too. Now you probably expect me to do something like drop shipping or automated AI shorts or SMMA, but no, I make most of my money off mowing lawns. Yes, I have a lawn mowing business. It is a very easy skill to learn, and also it is a very easy business to run. I make $4,000 a month right now for my lawn mowing business, and all you need to make $4,000 a month is 20 weekly clients, $50 a week per client for 7 months. And until you get to the point where you need to hire the people to actually do the manual labor, the expenses are very low. Anyone can start a lawn mowing business, and I mean anyone.
Now, $4 grand a month is not bad at all for a 14-year-old, and unlike a lot of other self-proclaimed social media entrepreneurs, Maddox seems to actually have a legitimate business. I mean, mowing lawns is almost a stereotypical way for a teenager to make money, and it honestly seems pretty lucrative. He seems to charge anywhere from $30 up to sometimes as high as $70 per job, which seems like a ton of money for mowing someone's lawn. Americans, please let me know in the comments, is that normal? Maybe it's just because here in South Africa where I'm from, I'm pretty sure $50 is like more than a week's salary for an unskilled manual laborer. So $50 for like 45 minutes of unskilled labor seems pretty excessive, even if you factor in the operating costs. I guess maybe they just don't have Mexicans where Maddox lives, so there's no one to really undercut him. The neighborhood where he's running his lawn mowing business also seems to be pretty well off, which I'm guessing contributes to those prices, which is actually something you see with quite a few of these like wannabe entrepreneur kids, is they like seem to live in pretty nice areas, which is like, come on bro, like let's be honest with ourselves, it's not like you're making it out the hood here. If your digital growth agency fails, I'm sure you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I'm in the trenches. Just cause all trenches look different than Houston trenches don't mean that this ain't the trenches. It really get popping out here. Like, on God, it really get popping out here. This is the ghetto. It just look nice.
Now, Maddox, being the successful entrepreneur that he is, has been gracious enough to bless us with some of his success knowledge. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, why would Maddox give us such a blatantly untrue quote? I mean, it just does not hold up to even a little bit of common sense, because if you started doing exactly what Jeff Bezos did back when he founded Amazon, guess what? You're not going to have the next Amazon, because it's not the mid-90s and selling books online isn't really a revolutionary idea anymore. In fact, successful entrepreneurs often become successful by doing something no one else has done before, not just copying other people. But young Maddox probably doesn't know that, because he probably gets a lot of his information from grifters on the internet instead of actual entrepreneurs. And this line is something that you'll hear a lot from said grifters when someone buys their scam course that they promised will make you rich, and then when inevitably it doesn't make you rich, they'll go, well, obviously it can't be the fact that my course that I sold to you for thousands of dollars is useless, so it must be your fault. You just didn't work hard enough. Now, I do want to say, I really don't mean any hate towards Maddox. I honestly think if any of these kids are gonna make it as entrepreneurs, his odds look pretty good. He actually seems to have a decent work ethic, and if he continues on that path and focuses his energy on the right business ventures, I honestly think he can be pretty successful. He just needs to quit regurgitating the same bad advice as all these other entrepreneurs. Speaking of business ventures, Maddox has also dipped his toes into the reselling business.
Can you make money reselling AirPods? Let's find out. Alright, so I went ahead and bought 4 pairs of 1-to-1 fake AirPods. They're the exact same as real AirPods. I just didn't buy them from Apple. Each set of AirPods was $20.
Now, he says that he told the people that he sold them to that they were fake. However, he says that he sold them for $100 and $120.
So I ended up selling 2 pairs on Facebook Marketplace and 1 pair on OfferUp for $100 each. And then I sold 1 pair at my school for $120.
But I was able to find AirPods Pro on eBay for well under $100, and I don't know why anyone would pay more than that for fake AirPods. So either they're really dumb, or he didn't actually disclose they were fake, or maybe he didn't actually sell them for that much. Who knows? But this seems to be another popular money-making method for these young entrepreneurs. There are guys whose entire page is dedicated to reselling knockoff tech and fashion products, and there's actually a word for that. You might know it. It's called fraud, which is definitely a good way to make money. Just ask Sam Bankman-Fried. I just don't know if it's the best for long-term success. I mean, just ask Sam Bankman-Fried. But hey, if the idols of your movement is people like the Tate brothers, I don't know if honesty was ever really part of the picture.
These are the 3 steps you need to implement today to go from a 1% to a 4% conversion rate. Number 1, we have adding scarcity in the form of a pop-up, timer, or low stock reminder. Number 2, make sure you have over 15 authentic looking reviews on each product page. Number 3, remember to add user generated content on your product page to add fear of missing out.
Once again, you're just telling people to commit fraud. Like, these are all things that plenty of websites do. But it's still fraud. I mean, I don't know about the exact legality of it, but making fake reviews sure as hell fits the dictionary definition.
You're broke as fuck and you want to make your first $1,000 online. Let me show you how to do it. Number 1, start an online growth agency and make yourself a name and a logo. Number 2, find a good editor to help make a really good portfolio. Number 3, make an amazing website using this tool. If you want the tool, just comment the word website and I'll send it over. Number 4, brand your Instagram page and start posting daily videos about growth and editing. Number 5, watch the clients come to you without any need for any outreach.
Now, this seems like a pretty dumb thing to pitch as an easy way to make money, because surely if you're going to have an online growth agency, you need to know how to grow online. So if you don't already know how to do that, you can't just start selling your services to people promising to help them grow. Now, I've seen quite a few of these kids claim to own an online growth agency or something similar, and it basically just boils down to editing short form videos for people. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I suppose calling yourself a video editor isn't quite as fancy as an online growth agent. Alright, so let's go over what we've learned about being an entrepreneur influencer. So firstly, we've established you cannot be successful and have any distractions like sleep, parties, or family. Also, in order to make money, you can do honest work like mowing lawns, but fraud is also an option. And then, if we take a look at the videos that they post, it's clear having subtitles is a must. I mean, everyone knows that, but it's also important to constantly have graphics or video elements popping up on screen, as well as a lot of sound effects to keep all the little zoomers engaged. So I think this is it. I think I have learned enough to quit making these commentary videos and finally start living my dream of being a teenage entrepreneur influencer.
This is day 1959 of becoming a millionaire at 14.
So I started my day how I normally do, by doing a little bit of online gambling. So far I've lost about $8,000 and I owe some people a lot of money, but I think it's very important to remember to never give up. After that, I then spent some time thinking about new business ideas. So I've just come up with a great new business idea, and now I'm gonna go do some client outreach.
Alright guys, so over there is my first potential client, and I'm gonna go over there right now and see if I can make this sale.
Hey man, do you wanna buy some crack cocaine from me?
Just because I'm black, you think I'm gonna buy drugs from you?
Well, I mean, yeah, if it works for the CIA, like, it could work for me too, so, like, do you want it?
Yeah, cool.
Anyway guys, that was a pretty successful day. Comment the word crack and I will send you my free ebook on how to sell drugs to black communities. Ultimately, as I have said before, I don't just want to hate on these kids. I do think if you put yourself out there on the internet, you do open yourself up to getting made fun of, which I did do. But for the most part, the kids in this video, as well as others that I came across but ultimately didn't talk about here, seem to be good kids, and I think if they want to work hard and start successful businesses, that's great. Some of them seem to actually be pretty decent at being on camera or editing, and I think they can go places. However, I do think a lot of them have just been misled by these gurus on social media whose only real goal is to just extract money from their fans, and I think it's really unfortunate that a lot of these kids feel the need to emulate these people. I mean, they're just kids, you know? They need to enjoy being kids. There's nothing wrong with a kid spending time with friends or playing video games. You spend most of your life working, and hopefully you get a job you enjoy, but even a job you enjoy can be tiring sometimes, so enjoy the time that you have before that. You don't need to throw away your youth because some bald retard told you to, while exposing yourself to a bunch of hate on the internet, because the fact of the matter is, their content can be pretty easy to make fun of, and it gets shown to millions of people sometimes, and people on the internet can be pretty cruel. And these kids are still young. I'm sure some of them can deal with the hate, but I'm sure on some of them it can have a pretty big impact, which is unfortunate. But hey, that's the internet for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I guess this was kind of my official face reveal as well. It wasn't really that dramatic, not that I think anyone really cared enough that it would warrant a dramatic face reveal, but that's almost definitely a good thing. Anyway, if you liked the video, like it, consider subscribing, and if you didn't like the video, dislike it and write a strongly worded comment. Bye.